kind of that little flirty thing. Oh, you're so funny at whatever you said. It doesn't matter. Blink my eyes, and
That was me.
Yeah. Creepy.
This is gonna be good life. This is gonna be good life. This could really be good life. Good life. I say, oh, this feeling.
Hey, welcome to Midlife Good Life. I'm Tim, and this is...
Susan.
And if we look a little extra in love today, it's because our anniversary is fast approaching.
We're going to use the next two vlogs.
So this is a double episode.
Ooh, it's like part 2. We're going to leave it with a cliffhanger.
Do they get married or do they not get married?
There's some story to it, so we're going to take 2 episodes. So this is part 1. Welcome to part 1.
Is anybody still there? All right, good, babe. As we tell folks our story,
Yeah.
where do you think we should start?
We should definitely start when you first met me, which is different than when I first met you.
It is. I was a sophomore in college at Palm Beach Atlantic College. Go Sailfish.
Go Sailfish.
So I was a sophomore in college. I had, it was welcome week or something like that. I was working in the student center. I was behind the countertop there. People were getting ping pong paddles and whatever other things they needed from the student center. And I remember this family came through with a pretty girl. And I made note and thought, I think I might want to get to know that person. Now, the person that made the most influence in that was this pretty girl's mother, who came walking through and just wanted to introduce herself to just about everybody.
I do remember walking through the student center, but I don't remember seeing Tim. I think I was just taking it all in.
Dazzled by my presence?
No. It's really funny, and some of you would probably really appreciate this, that the first time I really paid attention to Tim and saw him, I just connected Tim with the Rowdy Bunch, and I thought he was a bad boy.
Well, it's a common
That's
mistake.
hilarious.
It's a common mistake.
Once you get to know him, and I just thought he was. Of course, I also think that's scary, because I was like, ooh, who's that guy over there hanging with the tough crowd? Then
I asked you out,
you did.
and then I asked you out again,
I said no,
and then I asked you out again,
and I said no.
and then I sent word, I'm going to ask you out one more time.
I got the message. If I ask her out again and she says no, I'm done. I'm moving on. And I was horrified.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, whatever happens, I'm going to be sure and go out with them the next time he asks me. I had legit, real conflicts.
It is
It wasn't
so
like I made up stuff.
unreasonable of my part that when I say, hey, do you want to go out, and you keep saying no,
Yeah.
that might be constituted as you're not interested in going out with me.
Yeah. So you called on a Sunday night after church. I'd come home from church. I was like wearing my pajamas in the dorm room, watching a movie with my sweet mates and eating popcorn or something. And he called and said, hey, do you want to go get ice cream? And I was like, I have to say yes or he'll never ask me out again. And so my roommates hurried and helped me re-iron my clothes that I had just wadded up and thrown in the basket. I got dressed, I freshened my hair, I brushed my teeth, ran down the elevator. Okay, no. I ran to the elevator, took the elevator downstairs, and then we went.
I did this.
Oh.
All right, you ready?
You were smooth. I hope you brushed your teeth. Not that I had any intention of kissing him on a first date, but you should always have fresh breath. And then we had how many blissful weeks and months together?
Oh, probably 6, maybe 7.
6 weeks. It was like 6 great weeks. And then I tossed his butt.
Curbside.
This isn't happening. I need to break up with you.
I think you said something like you got other things that you'd rather do.
It's true. Dragging me down. I had things I needed to do in life, and this was too much of a commitment. Yeah. And then I said, but we could still be friends.
Yeah, not so much.
And what did you say to me?
So I got plenty of friends. I was looking for a girlfriend. See ya.
And he left and he walked out. And somehow I ended up being the one that was really mad, because I was like, I I offered to be his friend, and he walked out, and he was like, I have enough friends. I don't need any friends. And I was very offended by
A lot
that.
of this story that,
Yeah.
that seems like a really long time ago. There's a lot of this story that feels like we've told it many, many times before.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of this story that just feels like, man, were we young and dumb back then.
So somehow we get from meeting, finding out that the impressions that we had of each other were completely false. Although I don't know what the impression was you had of me. I thought you were a bad boy country music listening guy that I thought was cute. And my mama
You
probably
were
wouldn't
wrong.
want me to date you, but I was going to do that anyhow. And then you ended up being like the missionary child, the godly missionary child of this
Who-
wonderful family that grew up and loves Jesus and like the best guy around.
Who wasn't really that cute. So,
Exactly.
so in those early days, were you looking or wanting to be in a relationship?
Always.
Were you? Just not
Always.
with me, huh?
Pretty much people that know me, they're probably laughing right now because they're
Okay.
like, always.
Okay.
Yeah. Were you?
I had been patient for quite some time and just kind of waited for things to fall into place, and they had not fallen into place. And so when the beginning of my junior year, just before you found me painting outside of the elevator, I had made a decision. We're going to make some things happen. And
How old were you?
I was 20 years old, and
I was 18.
I was going to start dating.
Yeah.
And we were going to make things go. And that's why when you cut me loose, that's all right. Operation Get a Girlfriend is back underway.
Wow. So that wraps up part 1. We leave you with a cliffhanger, and you just have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, we're married, but how did that happen? I don't know. I left him, no friends.
They haven't heard about the
We were
sidewalk
friends.
moment yet.
No. Sidewalk moment's coming. Our anniversary is on Monday, July 11th. It'll be 24 years, so stay tuned. In the meantime, go enjoy each other.
We have so far.
We have.
We have. There's no greater gift that you could give us than to subscribe below.
Those subscribers. Yeah. Subscribers are good.
They are.